Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing an expression of a guy that's sleeping and his mouth being opened and a little bit like he's snoring, but his eyes are going to be completely shut. So I hope that you'll join us on this expression. All right, so we're going to take our knife here and we're going to make our swooping cut, our pushing cut, whatever you're used to. And we're going to come in here and create our eye planes. And again, we're going for the sleepy look of a guy that's just really sawing logs. We hope so today, all right? Created our nose plane, our eye plane, our 4 cuts that we make there. And now we're going to come right below here and create the nose. And we're going to keep the mouth, we're going to make it quite a wide mouth in a way. To create an open mouth. And so we're going to strive for that today. Now we're going to take our U-gouge and to make the bridge of the nose. Otherwise, so we're just going to take our V tool, our soft V, and create that instead of a U-gouge, but you can use a U-gouge. I'm going to turn my wood, create this expression here, or getting this planes of the eyes established. I'm going to come in here, create the forehead. And now we're going to come in and I'm going to make some long smile lines, I hope, here. And again, they don't have to be even because the mouth has a lot to do with our facial expressions. And, you know, when a person is snoring, some people, they sleep with their mouth open, don't even know that they are, and you've seen pictures like that or in movies where they have someone sleeping, and so, but their eyes are not opened. And so what we're going to hopefully create today is that expression of him with closed eyes, not a smiling eye, but these are actually going to be closed. Getting our foundation lines in for our smile lines and our crook of our nose. And now I'm going to, instead of, we're going to do something a little different here. We're going to make the face sag a little bit and creating, and we'll just take this off a little bit here on the edges of the nose. And that's going to help us with our mound that we're going to make here shortly. I'm going to come down here and going to draw in kind of a, you know, our mouth is not very, so we're going to take all that out of there, okay? And after a while, we're going to put in a semblance of a lower lip right there. All right, now we're going to create the eye mound. Let me first split the eyebrows. There we go. And we're going to take a, I think this is just a U-gouge. Whatever size will fit, whatever size of wood you are going to be working with. And so I'm going to create these bigger than I normally would, because I can always make them smaller. And come in here in the corners, because the deepest part of our eye area is here at the tear duct. And we're going to take a V tool here, and just a few chips away here from doing that. And we're going to make these mounds stand out to where we can start shaping them to where they look sleepy. Okay, let's get our knife here. Clean up. All right, so now to make it look like there's an eyeball behind there, we're going to take a skew and we're just going to start rounding this mound off here that we created. We're taking off the sharp edges. And we're trying to make this. Now remember, when you close, if you look in the mirror, when you close one eye, the eyelid is very smooth. There's no lumps or nothing. It's just, it covers that eye perfectly. And so the idea here is just, again, we're taking the edges off and creating the mound of this guy. We're just taking our time. Okay? See how nice and rounded that looks now? That mound. All right. Now, we may have to take this down because I'm afraid I've made my mound too small over here. And so that's okay. We can compensate there. Now, I don't do too many sleeping expressions, so we're all going to go on this journey together. But if we don't try, we will never know. And this is how we learn, by doing. Again, if it's easier for you to do it with a knife, then do it with a knife. I'm going to switch to a little larger skew where I can cover more ground now. There we go. A skew is almost like a knife in a way. You do a lot with a skew. What I'm doing here is trying to downsize this eye over here to match that smaller eye over there. And we're going to get there. Doing different expressions, it takes time. And don't get in a hurry. We're getting downside. We're getting it down. because you may try to do an old hobo or somebody sleeping on the park bench, you know, because they always got in trouble sleeping on the park benches in towns, you know. Policeman would come along and tap them on the shoe and say, hey, buddy, you need to move on. And but anyway, to create a sleeping eye look, what you're going to do is take a very sharp V tool, and I'm going to draw it on here first. And you're going to start, you're almost taking the whole lid with you as far as it going, and that's the cut we're going for right there. And so what we're going to do is take a very sharp V tool, and we're going to take and just cut that line that we drew on there. And there's the sleepy eye. Now that's not a drunk eye, that's not a almost sleepy eye, it's a completely closed eye. And on this guy here. All right, so let's jump across the bridge and do the same thing over here. You're almost carving the whole, see how much lid we've got here? And in reality, your top lid covers most of your eye when you sleep. Okay. All right, he's sleepy guy. Now I'm going to take my skew and set back more of this top lid. I want that lid to look like it's going back into the socket. More. And again, you'll have to adjust things as you go. And then we're going to do the eyebrows. Again, don't make them straight. Make them follow the curvature of the eyelid area, the eyebrow bone. Don't put them, carve them straight up. They'll make them look like they're scared or startled. All right, now we're going to create the mouth. And as you yawn, the top lip is not seen a whole lot. And we're going to try to create this hole in the guy's mouth. And again, it's not perfect, you know, the mouth. And so now we're going to take our knife. I'm going to try to get a short bladed knife here and come in and create this potential hole. All right, and now I'm going to need this one right here. And so all we're going to do is we're going to start taking out in here. Now we're working on the bottom. So now we need to make another stop cut right here. And hope you can see that cut there. We're gonna make, just killed him. And then come in and take out from underneath here. Okay, now I'm going to go deeper down in here. And we're coming in and really, I'm going to go back in here because there are some people who really, when they sleep, boy, they sleep with their mouths open. All right, so now we're going to kind of take off our marks here. And when your mouth is stretched like that, that angel kiss or that snot trough, you're not going to see it. And that's that little dent that we have there. And we want to come in now and put in the bottom lip, and we're going to use, and again, I'm going to go down right about here. I need to round that off just a little bit more. So I'm coming down here with my soft V, and then I'm coming around the bend here, and as it gets closer to the top lip, that top lip stretches further, and you're not going to see much there, so we're just going to kind of leave a little bit there. We might put a little indication that there's something there, but it's not going to be much, if any. All right, now, since this guy here, he needs, let's put some little whiskers down through here, and let's put some 5 o'clock shadow. Now, a 5 o'clock shadow is we just pick and stab and pick and stab. Okay, like so. And we're going to go back and we're going to soften our smile lines because, again, there's no soft features on, there's no hard lines on the facial features. All right, so you just come in and you stab and pick and stab and pick. You think, oh, that's ruining your tool. No, it's not really. Go right up to the edge of the mouth. Now, don't go in his mouth. Don't put that stuff in there. Phew. And then I turn it and go the other way. Break it all up. Okay. All right, let's take our brush now. And look what our brush does. It gets rid of all those little fibers that stood up there whenever we were stabbing and picking and stabbing. You think you're having fits here by doing that, but you're not. And then, of course, we need to, and I know we're going to jump all over, and we're going to come down here and put a few sleepy lines. Got to have those. Unfortunately, when we still go to sleep, wrinkles are still there. All right, now I'm going to come in with a V-tool, and we're going to put in some whiskers. And don't, fade up as you get closer to the lower lip. Go deeper here, then as you get close to the lip, lighten up. That way you're not going right up his lip and out through the nose and places we don't want to go. And you'll be mad at yourself if you do that. Believe me, I know. And see, I like turning my V-tool on its side and creating these little divots in the hair. Now I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to soften and again we're going to come in here and just create some shadows and things in our carvings. Don't be afraid to try these. So what if it don't turn out the first time or second or 10th time or whatever? You keep trying. You keep trying. Try to put that little crook of the nose in. There we go. And we need to come over here a little bit too. Put that in. Sometimes they can get a little too far. All right, now I think we're getting close to calling this guy complete. But again, you're going to go and you're going to see things that you probably need to do differently. But don't be afraid to, like I said, go in here deep, and you can almost drive a truck in this mouth, it's so big. And again, come from this way, carve in, and make that arch of his mouth really stand out like he's really going to town and going all through here. But clean that out really good. Don't leave anything behind. It's like when you go to your dentist, they don't want to leave anything in there. Well, all right, I believe we can call it good there. And boy, there's a sleepy guy. So we have to be real quiet. We don't want to wake him. And so we're just going to come in here, and then you can come in and put in a few little wrinkles right there and make that eye stand out even more. Put more wrinkles in, especially an older person, So, all right, there he is. That's a sleeping face, and I hope that you'll try it. All right. Well, folks, we thank you for joining us today, and hope this has been a good challenge for you. And please like and subscribe, and we'll see you real soon. Happy carving.